Today na the 24th day of November 2022. Happy Thanksgiving. A lot of people think to say, today we know they come. Well, we don't come. And we know one thing na. So they can make a sharp one. What do you want to talk about today? We want to talk about EDSA. EDSA say, then get a new pilot phase program where they want to do. Where they call Revenue Assurance Program. With the use of waiting technology. Mem Zobi Safa, thank you for the stars. I see the turkey, on top the cornbread, with the emoji where Facebook give you. I like that. Okay. I mean, I say, in the watch the video, where the guy say, who for go take permission to run a street. Yes. After that, the guy say, no, we can't talk to him. But wait. Na salon, we sabi deal with yourself. Before we come inside EDSA proper, today, the exhibition don't start. ECSL, Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone, don't start the exhibition process. I beg you. I beg. Please, if you sabi somebody, where you know say being register, tell them, make it go verify. Remember say, over 257,000 people them, not they again inside that registration list too. Yes. Some ECSL say na underage. Majority of that 257,000 then say na duplicates. So go verify. You need for make you not fall by that 257 where be say na something we go able clarify. But the process don't start today. In order for long, na 5 days no more. The 28th, it don't done. The 28th next Monday, it don't done no. Now quick one. All the centers them open. Who say you go register? Make sure say na you dey go. Who say you go register? Let's do this, yeah? Welcome to EDSA. Uda go member na ya. We don't do couple of programs them. Couple of programs then we don't do for EDSA. Where waiting me be the push na ya. Yeah? I don't know if you go member. Amina Majid Malik, thank you for the stars. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family too. I don't know if you go member. Me on take where I say I know they agree for make EDSA punish we for the one the way they say then the thief light. Because we, not so we the thief light. If me not the thief light, why you for punish me? If I not the thief light. If me they pay for light, why you for punish me? I always be the suggest na say EDSA ain't not act for make them sabi the one the way the thief light. I say because then get waiting transformer. They know waiting now the output of the transformer. They know the area them where the transformer then the supply. And all the meter then they by number. Then they by number. So if you know say this particular transformer within this area, it is supply 1,000 kilowatt. Let's say monthly or by day or whatever way they want to do, then people in the only go pay for one. You gonna say something alright na that area D. That you go do. For say something alright na that area D, and you go able for go na the particular area and you don't scale down and the one them where you want for check. Rather than they can just kind of one layer. Oh, can't check today. No. That's a waste of resources to honor the EDSA back. Francis George, much appreciated, sir. Thank you for the stars. To honor EDSA, now waste of resources. Because now you the give light. Eh? The transformer there, you know what's in the commode today. You know what's in the area they shock. Meet again number. Now, una they with the use of technology, una for able to tell. Guess what? Yes, EDSA, they send a pilot phase, but they can't begin that one day. They need for pay me. If na coincidence, if una pay me, because me na me first talk na. Not so. Eh? If what you are talking na they say that they can't begin do. In a say they need for pay me. People that say that you. Na coincidence, you just be talking na meet up, na just meet up. Eh? I tell us, say, privacy not in the public. I don't know if you be fishing inside your house, we go meet him. We not go meet him inside your house. They can't tell so na street o. Na street is so for take in consent before we there in a street. Like say na you also go meet her. That is say in Sabi waiting they talk about. If you there wonder waiting happen, na explore Tripoli. I think that was who street down there? Right path lane. And the Jackie say we video am not tell her. Na street. That at the end of the day, he say look can't talk. That for and something. I said to camera, thank you for the stars. Thank you. Let's come back to EDSA. This is good. This one is good. A good. Now something for done the time. But oh yeah. Una be the get gonna foot. And now una say una they can do am. Una still say una the big people for let them go pay. Una self na the problem. Paddy, Saloma no one safiai. If waiting una the claim, say then people there they use light, they know they pay for them. Not true. Because again, we go for look back. Somehow they work na them big officer integrity no dey. Then get mind the work scheme they mass. That at the end of the day they say back na the people they know they pay. I know they say no to the people they know they pay. But because of integrity, get short supply. You remember what happened at Radisson Blue? You remember what happened at Cement Factory? This is a big institution where people in EDSA and they go collect envelope behind you. Don't then get you out there walk am. You feel say because they make Radisson Blue, nothing not become behind to them no more. But Cement Factory they will be fine there. Yes. You think say all that big allegiance the way they padis UQ business they left? Good share. Good share if they left. Saloon. I would say that guy they not sabi do what they do. But with the use of technology, with the use of technology, definitely EDSA for able pinpoint. But again, this technology we now use. The people we get for the work on that side. In every facet of Sierra Leone, we need people who are truthful. Because some man they work on the back, where you say this area waiting, in your small map out, and go me there. You go collect. And not so than they want. The money where them people like they bypass need for go to EDSA because EDSA all time and grumble. Say money no day, money no day, money no day. Because even right now with the 3 sources of electricity, them don't tell me. Blackout still there. Blackout still there. Even so yesterday, people and they were sleeping at dark inside Friton. By the 3 sources. Inside Friton, people and still sleeping at dark. At the end of the day, waiting and go tell we. Eh? Say they know they generate better money. They know they generate better money. And the tariff is not cheap. It's not cheap either. I be they pay 25,000 just for security lights. From there, it go 50,000 monthly, yeah. From there, it go 100,000. As we speak now, 200,000 just for security light. The time where I be they pay 100,000 for security light, when me dey salon, it cost me like $1 million a month. Yes, $1 million a month. Now it cost me. Well, now I they pay 200,000 just for the security light. If me dey salon, how much if I go they pay? Where you go and say, oh no, eh? Triple A don't change the sound system per the mic. Is anything the problem? In bath? I not sound correct or waiting? Waiting they go on. Bath they ask, but let me check something here. Yeah. Eh? Mohamed Kote say the transformer now they share how much electricity will they consume in a particular area. Because the transformer now distributes no more it distributes. Abubakar Rashid say he say Triple A million area na hotel light with a pan. Inking afraid for an electrical appliance system. Mabinti Awa say the mic okay from me end. Lamran Abba say loud and clear. I mean, Majid say we good. The sound good. Mohamed Ba say Triple A you pay 2 million this time. Gando Ba say the sounds. Other people say loud and clear. So Gando, I don't know. Okay, we'll go check that one day. We'll go check them. Why if for the sound high enough for sound. But we'll not change mic. Nothing changed. No setup. No change in the studio here. So Mame Conte they say the transformer not they show how much electricity where a particular area they consume because the transformer just they distribute. So Mame Conte, is there no way where EDSA they know waiting come out in a particular area? Eh? And then they try for say or now the transformer now you know the show. But we can listen waiting EDSA then tell we. But me no say if EDSA want know waiting a particular area. Eh? Within a particular area they consume, definitely they go know. Now then they give. And then again. So this one, may I say, it's good for EDSA, but again, they say a pilot. Beaucoup de things we see that pilot. I don't know if na Jama was thinking knock up the year. Something na Jama was thinking knock up the year. I did it tap. Beaucoup pilot thing. But this one, a need for all water. So that at the end of the day, they're not going to give you that same excuse every time. When they increase the tariff, then say that because people in the thief light. Anything they do, then say that because people in the thief light. Me on the thief light, they suffer for the all the thief light. Why me for suffer for the all the thief light? I don't think say me for suffer for the all the thief light, or me know the thief light. If me do the right thing, then let me get me lights where they pay for. Now then always EDSA na them for do them work, make them fish out the one that do the thief light. But again, they say they need we help. Okay, before I go inside the program proper, EDSA gets a public notice for we. Let's read and quick. The management of EDSA, they're not glad because waiting new people and continuously they vandalize electrical installation across the country with specific reference to secondary substations them. And so with the authority, don't look fine one. The act amount to deliberate exploit by the one the way they act snorkeling. They get mischief for take shine out of the authority in quest for provide reliable and accessible electricity for citizens them. EDSA, this one are the access but reliable, but they are not gonna white stone Waterloo. The light is not find it, it's not reliable. Me la talk from here first. Even right now, all the talk so the light's not fine. The light is dim. Light's not fine today, it's not fine tomorrow. But dear, na gonna white stone. Waterloo first. That area dey. Today una no go give new transformer. So the accessibility and the reliability una dey talk, but we not test it too. Let's continue. The authority, they bad in face at waiting the ceaseless incidents them of them people there deliberately where they destroy or vandalize electrical facilities them. And therefore, then they warn all the one that were involved by them criminal act here for disease forthwith. EDSA, I must stay a colonna. 310 notes. EDSA, I had one more thing. This thing, it don't pass mark. We all know glady. That's good. But it look like say una safe need for begin put security. This una stand warning in the whole water. Not to today una don't they say una they give stand warning. I go say yes. Mr. Sevaki, I can vex. I can blame self the people in the area. Say the people out in the area, then the area where people in the go and bug their lights them. But it look like say the place who don't reach now, how una be don use for dey do whatever security measures wey una dey put padlock, you know dey work dem dey broke am. Well, una begin put mortal man. Una pay security. Una pay security. Yeah? I feel say, because I don't know, this all time they pull warning, but people are still doing it. People are still doing it. Or if na the area self una come to, una dey give small thing at the area. Make if na the youth man, this is job provision. Oh. If na incentive. Yes, before then go take cushion, what's not? Una come up with a scheme for make the, but with myself sometimes then una pay security. If na security company now, if na police now, if na military now, for guide them transformer them. Stand warning is not working. So anybody with them catch, well, not that. Me na so I feel. Should citizens be doing this? No, it is wrong. It won't say left. Na government property, na we all property. But if people don't take upon themselves for destroy them, what are we going to do? The same thing will be done they do? The same thing? I mean, I don't think CCTV camera they cut them. I feel to say that human being, a mortal man, I never put the mortal man. Because CCTV camera they stop a person, where one can do. Take by say that for let them can pay for security just to let them guard them back. And they probably say what about CCTV camera? Abdul Al Galibak say CCTV camera. CCTV camera. They need internet. They need person who go the man, or they not go need person. Now when they don't cut and don't they can review the camera. If then station they on, who go cut lights? Who da go cutter? High tension cable? How you go destroy? But there should be another way. Me they say about Taman security. A lot of people they suggest CCTV camera. Beaucoup. But they have to do something. They cannot do business as usual and all this warning, all 10 and can and give you warning, all 10 and can and give you warning. He left so no more. Yes, they don't catch few people them with the load on bets, but they're not stopping. They're still doing it. There is a recent video where they go around where they show where they vandalize a particular substation. So when they not tired, EDSA back, well, una need for spend money, EDSA. Una get for spend money. Una get for spend ammo. It's sad it's not supposed to be so, but unfortunately, now so it don't be now. Now so it don't be now. So because now so it don't be, una self get for step up. Okay. EDSA say Mama ba say what to, but CCTV camera safe. You go need electricity for kitchen. Well, EDSA go put CCTV camera how they use solar. And that time you gonna say the game don't serious. If na CCTV now, if na mortal man now, you need security. It is not working like before. So because you know they work like before, una self get for step up. But this spend una no one spend, but then we will continue. let we hear wetin EDSA they tell we. They say then they battle them face paddies, ceaseless incidents they happen, and then they give stern warning. Mostly, thank you for the stars. Agnes Unema Tubangua, thank you for the stars. Let the stars keep coming here. Then say them people here, then see now them people here they do. It endanger the precious lives of residents them where it affects the community. Eh? Okay. The naked cable them, where they can left, where they don't cut the cable and down. After they don't damage the place, now safety and security concern for we citizens the Okin Tapianda. We don't know say that kind of game they don't play. And when they cannot do that, they make beaucoup side where the blackout they say. Now make we back the people who tap na the area then we for be vigilante for we transform them. We self we the people them. We self. We supposed for be vigilante for we transform them. Okay, in view of the above, the authority they call upon community stakeholders, residents, youth, and the security sector for intensify their watchdog roles. I go Pele. Okay. And security patrol or vigilance with the view of protecting the installation there. EDSA. Yes, then watchdog goals. I just talk and I say people and say for be vigilante for them. Transformers them and all this. Yes, the people will suffer, but the damage has been done. Una self get for step up. The general public then they remind we say individually, collectively, we get the responsibility for carry out citizen policing. Yeah. Now EDSA they don't have pay for security. Yeah. Then they tell we what we able to do with the citizens them. They say citizen policing by the way of demanding for identification from the one that can present themselves as staff of EDSA, or where they preventing or arresting anyone caught trespassing on any of EDSA and property or seen illegally gaining access to their substation there. EDSA they give you power. Say you in the area, if you're not a police officer now, if you're not a citizen now, you're not a stakeholder now, anything where you be. If you see person they go to any substation within the area, you get right to go ask and say where it's ID. Well, if the person make fake one now, how do we know the real one and the fake one? How we go sabi the real one and the fake one? Let's say, okay, the person, a lie person, but he get fake ID. He get fake EDSA ID. He show you. And then what? EDSA will not be thinking that side. I feel say, what the EDSA for do, if you say, if you see somebody, call the police, call this number for verify. No, police they verify. Yeah, police get the number, But police go able tell me, say, what go say? Papa police, I then a substation at Sussex. I see one AAA. It gets ID number 214567. I just want to verify say this ID now the original AAA. I ain't get some. Or you get code word for a scam. So there should be something though. Oh, for verify. Not to say no more way pull and show don't agree. Verification. Oh yes, for candy. Lord no say na to EDSA workman. Even when they wouldn't can we host themselves, if we not satisfy, we supposed for able to call EDSA. No, so. And so they ask for too much. Let's continue. Citizens go able to do the authority great service by way and manner for call Salon police. Well, when I don't see what they talk, so we won't continue. What's in the number for call Salon police? 124. The other day, for the night patrol, the IG say for call 990. Today, EDSA say for call Salon police 124. The Office of National Security 119. We get past 20, if I'm not mistaken, emergency numbers in our salon. Me I no tire. For the talk this say we need forget to one. If the civilized world, yes, they get few one, but they get one major one. One major one where small pickings of why see the go school picky there. There's an emergency dial waiting. Yes. Well, Sabida one day. But we forget that one key one we go member. We go familiarize with. Each institution feel to say then get foot for team up on their own. We salon people who now get time today. But they go and look for number. Say okay, EDSA. Well, if not for EDSA business, law call police on 124. If not, we call National Office of National Security 119. Calling those numbers if na one. Then go answer. Na ina the other. Na me who get amboku na ina problem. Na ina problem. Seriously though. They say you can call police on 124 or the Office of National Security on 119. They pay nothing for suspected cases or instance whose I see then the thief EDSA cable them. EDSA, I want add say when I tell we say meet person, let we ask them for their ID. What if the person show fake ID? How go no say na fake ID? Fatty it's been a while. Welcome. How we go no say na fake ID? When I get for investor, it don't reach time where the UQ pass mark. We self not like how this thing they happen. One for all my right turn as suspect. So one for verify that how they can turn on and off self na the area. Yes. Sometimes that man they self, you not supposed for can turn on and off that 10 day. Take one baby na area. And the baby not there again. You get bad man where kisi as the bad man they can't hear no more. Sabi that guy there. When he go quickly, it turn him off. Even though he no say enough for turn her off. They turn her off by the guy. Say na all lights thing I make it the can kick game na. But me I want tell and say that guy there. Hey, where lights no they self na elect. So before I left the light too. Left the lights. If you say that the guy he dey do bad, hey, the guy no like all lights they safe. Yeah, you say because they put the generator on. No, that the guy like he saying he want show say in a bomba na the area. Now me call them for in like all lights no dey. Let them show the one they want the the big one there. So left for the hot the lights by the guy. So if that guy don't they count say who will call it yeah. I'm thinking they had to do. You don't count the light. There is now na say na. Now turn for hot. EDSA no get mind. EDSA give you number. Who will call and say that? I mean, they say, una not call we, una call police and ONS. EDSA one for let no say, then commit themselves continuously for provide reliable electricity. No. The one that begin America is not reliable. Me, I don't tell una just no. Eh? So Sierra Leoneans them. I am one too. But equally, then they crave on the support and collaboration of citizens for help put an end to this act of unpatriotism. Not true. The general public, you go call EDSA on 672. Ataya. Inside this one press release, there are 3 numbers they don't give you for a call. Me, I don't call 672 in the work. I call afternoon. Well, nobody no be answer. But I call in the evening, they answer. By the end of the day, they say I for go to head office. Where I be put credit na mi meter, it dey reduce the number. If I buy 100, where I put them na the meter, instead of it credits me 100, it credits me 90. So I tire with that one, and I call 672. Call the afternoon, no. I call even time the answer. I say, well, brother, well, I know, pass you go come. You go come na head office. I go na head office again. Alright, or then get a mobile number for call. For the purpose of verification or for more information. Verification of una worker there. EDSA management wants me and you for know. Alright. Waiting we can talk about revenue assurance program. Then get again the novel third party grid loss verification project. All this now under this money where they loss. All this. Also even the ACC self kind side. For say themselves go help. For see anybody where they catch. But this dabaru business. Even if an institution them. Eh? Alaji Kanja Sise say significant challenges they continue to affect the country in power sector. It include, but not so no more, lack of capacity, limited availability of reliable and available electricity, aging and inadequate capacity of transmission and distribution network, outdated policies and practices, systemic revenue losses, and the absence of technology infrastructure to handle customer service requests. So because of that, I make them count the revenue assurance program. We for able look inside area there where they thief electricity. The minister say the ability for make them increase operational efficiency, it require the loss way, then the loss let them reduce them. Even the electricity where they waste. It will help EDSA reduce cost and improve financial performance. He say illegal connection, they account for about 80%. I make a be the talk just now. If EDSA, they say now only 20% electricity people in the account for. My dear, don't EDSA not take and serious. Something is wrong. Imagine, always then they complain about, say, 80%. Which means only 20%. Say, the one the way they thief them boku, them boku. Trust me, EDSA self they need for check themselves. They need for check themselves. If true, we forgo by this number, say 80% illegal connection. 80%. Huh? EDSA. So now 20% no more. When I be say, I go put this. If somebody na EDSA not they play with this number, I be say, well, what they pay now? No wonder. When they lick the tariff per week. Instead of una for find a way for catch them people here. Even I miss some 80% na they pay. But 80% not they pay, then no more na una. 80% of commercial grid losses. Illegal connection accounts for about 80%. Okay. A successful action plan for reduced losses and for improved efficiency needed urgently. And because of that, we now have revenue assurance program. Now we can talk about this revenue assurance program. Through Radio Democracy, now listen to Abubakar Kamara, where they represent EDSA. Waiting they want make we know about this year.
Based on the current situation globally in the world, electricity costs don't become extremely expensive. As we now know, I got seconded or transferred into this position since I think August the 8th of this year. Part of my discussions then with the Honorable Minister of Energy, Alhaji Kanja Sise, and my board chairman, Engineer Sidi Bakar, now for try to see how best to be able to increase the revenue so that EDSA will able to meet up for the pay in suppliers then for the electricity. There is a huge challenge in this practice around what we call illegal extraction, wherein people when they utilize the energy, they don't want to pay for it. Based on the current challenge, with the global challenges what I don't tell you and the cost of electricity, if we're not able to bring some of them people and therefore let them continue to pay for the electricity, then it will become a very serious challenge because Ministry of Finance not will able for the subsidized electricity again.
Ministry of Finance not go able for the subsidized electricity again. So that one the way they thief, according to the minister, they say 80%. They need for the pay. How? Abubakar Kamara, continue to explain.
So I think the right thing for do now for pay for the light so that we'll be able to give more lights to Sierra Leoneans. Electricity now one of the catalysts for socio-economic activities. You notice when electricity there, businesses they do well. So the reason why we do this campaign today now for appeal to Sierra Leoneans. Now we change the status quo, both internally and externally.
Look at caring for what you don't see so just now. They start this program now as well for encourage people to come out and pay for the lighting they use. But months back or some time back, as a result of a presidential directive so coming from State House, EDSA with the Ministry of Energy will form a team for go out there and urge people for pay. How this program therefore different with that one day?
Well, you see, everything that continuous learning. When we start that program there, we evaluate the results. But that program, the difference between E and this program, that program was very manual. What I mean by manual, technology normally has involved in that program, like this partnership, they can do. Now pilot program will they run. Now I make in fact we run on a pilot as well.
Into the area, pilot program don't come inside back. Technology don't come inside. But let's continue for explain.
It will give you an opportunity for assessing and see if we need to add more technology. But this time we're going to use technology for drive the process rather than manually. Manually is, oh no, we grab no more, they can't check you today. Technology, reason get for B for let them go check you.
You know again? Manually, na enemy they do before. Well, they can just grab and take van and go to area. So side themselves, some man, the guy can go the day. Yes, but now through technology, now they go do it. So it's in the day for me then come out. But again, if we for believe say 80% no they pay, yes, that be say them for come out for every day. If 80% true no they pay. Seriously now, women say every 10 os, now 2 os they pay. Yes, on average, every 10 os, now 2 they pay. So I think say EDSA, this may I agree with the technology you want know, but I dey think back what the minister just tell we, say 80%. Any area on go, that means say better people than not the way they pay. Now this one they tell for let we believe. Or let's see if them percentage and they una they tell we. It make me a scratch me head for that number there.
So through with technology data mining, evaluation of the transformer load size to the connectivity to the business.
You know yeah. Transformer load size, connectivity, and this will be the talk now just now. Eh?
We study all them things and then do data analysis. So when we go verify, now like the last mile, so it's going to be a little bit different from just manual visits or random visits, if I'll call it. The random visits now, then just they go now you place, oh no, today we can't look, you meter, the seal don't broke, this now. It's a little bit on the downside. There should be something that drives that process. And that process is driven through technology.
Technology don't come inside. Yes, technology need for come inside. So, with all the data, we then go get, definitely, able them for able to tell the area. But if not 80%, we are not all the area. Yes, 80% and all the area. But continue.
So through this partnership with Smart, we do data mining through technology. So when that verification piece comes in, it's just the last mile to waiting already. We don't gather enough data on the particular business or the individual. So that's what's going to be a little bit different. This is going to be data driven.
This is going to be data driven. Yes. Data driven. And you do everything. All the numbers, the figures, the data. Take them. I always see them. I always see them shoot. Bye. Well, I need to explain.
Make us talk about the importance of this and how this go up in revenue collection for EDSA.
Well, to be very honest, at this particular stage we need revenue for EDSA. It's no secret. The cost of electricity, they continue to go up because fuel prices, the HFO, when a part of the component of one of the generation sources, it will continue to go up. And as long as it continue to go up, it puts a significant amount of pressure on the tariff. You got to remember, say, we sell the electricity, we as EDSA, we sell the electricity in leons. We pay for the electricity in dollars.
Another one don't come inside. EDSA, they sell the electricity in leons. Then they pay for them in dollars. Why would I not pay loans? Eh? Or you say because na ship na water? But our business you can do now country. Eh? This not to export to. Okay, the ship na the water now na they pay. Who do I get una they pay in dollars? The CLSG program, instead of $9 una they pay for her. I will line that. Sierra Leone. Would they pay for them in dollars? Another weight on the forex. The foreign exchange. I wait stand the back param. Yes, the CLSG program. And dollars then they pay for them because we they consume. What you consume, we get for pay. The ship na water. So you don't see what we need we own? You don't really see what we need we own, eh? How about I continue, sir?
So because of the global inflation challenge in the world, we get the foreign exchange challenge for dealing with, we get the fuel challenge for dealing with, and then daily. So the only way we go down now for how we increase revenue. So here we are, we're going to be tracking performances of businesses, we're going to be tracking performances of end users.
And they track performance, in waiting, business, performance, end users. Okay.
We'll be able to tell the true value of what your consumption pattern for B through electronic assessment of transformers and feeders to your business.
Transformers and feeders to your business. Electronic trackers. But they talking about just now. When Mohammed will be they say the transformer and distribution. So when they say then they put electronic trackers them. And I don't forget back for put security. And I don't forget for put security.
We will verify your meter a output as to whether they give the right thing.
Pilot phase don't start, and it don't start today. It will last for the next 6 months.
The pilot phase it don't start, and it will take 6 months.
What's the what one hope for achieve at the end of the day?
The goal at the end of this day is to increase the number of people who will use electricity and pay for it correctly. Now we limit and reduce illegal abstraction.
Limit and reduce the one with the thief lights. 80% according to the minister, not to me talker.
Connivance into trying to illegally extract this. Then well the man now somebody who they done na in environment, they go ahead and connect other people then from the meter. They come at a very significant cost to EDSA.
So person where they give other person light. That's if it's more. Anyway, continue.
So let's make EDSA a better and stronger institution. Me they beg the populace because I dynamic customer. When they help me by paying for the electricity, we in turn as EDSA will able to do more for every Sierra Leone.
Make mention say the EDSA they produce and they distribute about 80 or so megawatts to the country as a whole, and as a result of that, they not only they get account of 30-something. In terms of monetary issues, what is the cost as a loss to EDSA? Very
serious. If you monetize 50 megawatts, what do I mean by monetize?
Listen, Amo, yeah, listen fine.
When you put how much like Rengu orange for go sell, not to so. If not 10 orange, not 10 leon for one, 100 leon for bring no.
10 for 10, 100 leons. Now example where they give.
So, well, 50 megawatts for translating to 106 billion. If what you they bring cannot reach half of that, that they have all done left out.
Okay. Alright.
And that one, then they get all the leakages out and they go into to include illegal abstraction. So when they go back to the populace and say, at least let me reduce the extraction so that money when they come into EDSA will increase significantly.
We want to say thanks to Radio Democracy because now through they make me hear this. Until yeah, EDSA they begin use technology for fen they want them with a thief light. Me agree because I know one for suffer. Me they pay for the one them we know they pay. Now I make EDSA continually, then just the increase. Yes, we know say electricity don't go up across, but the right day now we don't grown. They need for fending people there with a thief light. Minister say 80%. I still scratch made by that number. We know the interviewer, but he say Abubakar Kama he say na 35% then they give account for. We mean to say still it in the give say 65% na in the thief. The minister say about 80%. But still yet half of people they know they pay. We mean say you go na areas them, but people they know they pay. It's a need for do something about that. Welcome on board, friend. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chukule, for giving me the platform. And thanks to all our listeners, viewers, and thanks for talking me through all this electricity issue. I know the Salon will always get a challenge because we're one of the lowest when it comes to electricity access rates, but then we only try for improvement because we need 16%. And we know say the source of how they get energy in a different way. We get GTC, EDSA, the DD for G, in about 3 sources. Then get the independent power producer, them, random cell, then diesel, machine. Then get back this hydro system. And the hydro system is another radial single circuit. Other circuit in one line they come out from hydro. Then they get a mini hydro again when they use because they don't get that estimate in between Kenema and Bo. But now the challenge on the day where they don't get funds for letting we improve this. But the question here is the approach, if in the development approach where we don't use the method, then for try review the challenges them and the way where we don't do things in terms of the money we World Bank we don't give them. And we don't say World Bank we don't give them a certain amount. We don't give them up to a total of 90, return to 150. And the one way and give so 150 they think in they call them I think international development something one idea power producers from the idea day. But then funding they then come for 3 things for them for do in terms of that approach. But the money now we see say Boku and then they try for do one establish full function, the effectiveness of that electricity distribution line more. For them we will pull a whole line there and the extension for letting extend go side not being get. So then we're able for do the distribution network you go find between all the areas they wouldn't get. Then be the drum but don't know how effective and how much spending they do towards that money they wouldn't day. Then the capacity building now, when they talk about this monitoring and evaluation and the offices, then they put all them money together with some up to $90 million from the World Bank. But the approach they use, I don't know how much it yield. If they be use most of them for changing line, then we don't take because that's one of the main problem of the whole line. The power when they distribute they not go be even. You get problem for side and the transformer will they step up and step down and they get the main cutoff line. But until then they just buy them and distribute them. So then they in charge of that area outside for points outside the generation points they come up and transmit them and can sell them. By a wholesale sell and decide when they get them one they will they sell them from the independent power producer. But in that point they will move there now, we'll see now on a new project so they don't bring come. But in between these projects, we don't see a special task force when we set up by the president. I mean, when I see presidential task force to the president, but I see overseer. It involves ACC for arrest some 3 men and that's in the October 2020. We then hold them for them that will be able to do on this electricity. But the main issue here is then get the challenge first of all, then do they distribute the electricity effective. So the therefore let them get normal, one or two hiccups on and off, or one way that on and off in the camp, like we will go directly all the time for like we did the same wattage and megawatt and everything the good. Then they get a problem. Then you see that now they buy the meter now you get what they use. And then you get the rates back when someone they buy the meter, the rate of the kilowatts we use from that megawatt they is so high per whatever cent or would they calculate them. Then you get back to the illegal connections, we are the challenge now. And the legal connection again different way than they do because of cables, they own wrong cables, wrong connection, bypass meter, and then people in back they overweight the power of meters back in the homes. 1 gram meter they use quite a lot. So these challenges are all there. The one the customer they own, the government they own, and all my own challenge they deal with them. But now they say they want to pull from that smart task force where they get. When they don't set up through all the money we don't care, we don't know how effective it lasts. But because of the method where the system they work, the one where they been there where people they don't used to that illegal connection and that overloading of meter being a challenge. So if in time we now say then get the system one of the electronic system, I believe say then they try to do power line communication and try to do that way where they go able for check the central line and how electricity they distribute and how the area of the transformer then go the reports and with the new smart meter them. But that don't mean say the power line communication and the power line communication that area then they put the electronic chip system between the and they get the meter on an automatic meter in the reader. So that between that meter they can put to that line that the report they can, but it only show the usage and the power line with the transmission they show. The other was if the transmitter is so called the one where the transmitters embodied at the area and they show the power we don't candy. So if you not seen a 50 kind of that region that particular area there, so if they just in a 50 then they use. So if they use more than that amount, the thing they reflect for begin they show say illegal connection they go. So now the point that they were able to see then they go track. Not that sometimes they go track directly the one they do that and then go just they show the meter how it flick because they show circuits they show say either they run much or they run less or they know they use waiting with the same day or the one day when they connect thing at 10 but then they use the 30. So inside the 10 they go. So they can able to do that one day if the chip system where they put between the smart value system, yeah. Because a smart value system, I think a different company where they don't go engage for them to pilot this 6 month program because a 6 month memorandum of understanding they don't sign between them and this company. Would they use this chip and other electronic system? But then based I think now the special court area and now the office day. Now they didn't go put the office for the time being. So to see how they go able to go. But I'm only hope say anything how they bring come. I think the way effective we'll be able for yield somebody a profit for worth of the money and then they're able to look again to other system who will safeguard again. While they safeguard the areas them of the one the one the legal one there, they safeguard them because again, even when you talk about electricity loss you get for monitor in 2 ways. You know particular electricity where they distribute to that area they una east or one part na the one particular region, not say region through circular area and get one. So when you distribute like this, there's a problem with the circuit in terms of the way then they use them or some other connection car. The power can always reverse and some can left alongside the cable there. So that one day remember you don't distribute them from Musa, you don't buy a wholesale as 50. So I don't know that's why if you tell me about the loss. The loss when you tell about the full loss, say if 50 go, then 50 not come, then I lost. But remember in that particular circuit the way they go up and down. So when they reverse them from that point, for them go on the side, sometimes it can cause elapse pan that electric area they can cause issue pan that circuit now the other side because automatically the power they come out from the other side, inside the distributor, they come all now the other side where they can go, where they add the power. You know that was like he opened a dam then you allow the dam for move one other side, you not control how for let go. So they get more power kind of the other side. It cause circuit problem again. Or something they can call even electrical circuits working born. So all around that beliefs then therefore try to look into that again, because not only the one where you the time for toxic the customer they use, now the one who access can loss if doing the circuit will go on. And that one in electricity loss. We will not find again, we will not they consume, but it they lost, and then the customer not they get her. So that's area, opposite technology get for try and look into them and how them be able to control their lights and they, because now in most times it can come in the form of residue. Which society they can't boku now. So if that moment they like blackout in there, when that gap of that light they that the hang the cable and they when they release the lights it push extra power kind of that side there. So now ratio so then therefore able to learn for control that one day back because itself can even cause electricity problem. The other one I would then therefore look into, then therefore really become vigilant because even despite and therefore go put their electricity their meter there, people are still be able for die. I know they try for show people the wrong thing because it's risky, but I'm not saying it go easy, but people like they divert from the meter. So that was that particular meter they would not go put so then they divert still. So you now, as the person, I didn't listen, they go look now because that issue of the electric transmission will begin to show. That then they go watch until they go see bond thing that they burn around. So then go see cable they wrap around because it's there for bypass. So that then they go able for evidence for say that they see. That the tax force they come. So that detection for the area and then go able to go follow up and see what thing happen there. Because when they talk of electricity flow, now I think we know they see, but I think when they move from one end they go to the other end with power. So then just for try look to them things there. But the one we concerned about the money and the arrangements that what they can do in terms of what they say this independent power system, what they get from and how this task force get for helpful, they will get revenue assumption assurance program. They say, but the revenue assurance program will therefore bring so this smart control. Well, I hope say the number they don't give one at 672 open for call, then we're able to take them things they are on a seriousness out there for control them. But then therefore look into standard bureau back. Let's not bureau try then get on a EDSA. If not even revenue, then we're able to get from the wooden cable there within the use for connection and then no more if we put the loss in and then no more we get. Now so even we not go say this color now we get but then he even mark them that cable there because you see mark along the outer coverage of the cable there we can come. So then we will know see that inside the sell and they get the sole right for selling for go alongside with the meter. But if they allow people to buy the cable on any side, then they come out from any area where standard bureau they don't get that capacity for control the cable layer because then one of the biggest problem when they cause fire and fit on what they get for look into the standard bureau and the one where they send them cable layer and they cause some community for suffer issues of fires then we can see boku with some other exposed fire they now like how they cook and all that thing but most of the 80% of the fire they are fit on I don't think they cause them but if they're able for the right pilot scheme based on anything they are so they're able for they bring them so they're able for help for identity and we for put the money per not just they take her we extend the office run the way they work capacity and then we just allow the flow of the people that they buy cable on the side and then all the money wouldn't be tried for spend because we're looking at $90 million. I will not know which are the cost effects who don't come from that money they up to now. We don't know if it's part of that money that they use for them to employ this new smart meter, this smart view something company will introduce so because they said another digital program they are that this is one of them program they have to include. But they not go just go say man they go make deal they getting on single project award then he can do thing with 6 months he gets on he go and then in the end the pilot scheme not effective but then therefore try where we get that so-called what do they call local content where they would help people but then the institutions they wouldn't get so then technology and the teacher so that people then go succeed. But then back when they ask them why the tax force strategy that are NEPO or somebody, NEPO yes, I call them, so the way that they did them, boss, so they tell them why this tax force would have been put during the time would the ACC in the beginning hold some people them, why you know effective and what's different with this? Well, in time for toxic, well, then why are now 6 months then they give them, and then the first one, be so whole water. well, it's more to do with technology. You see, so but then get for sure because watching that one they being cost and with this way I will not know. And why that one they not being work, we don't know. So when they ask for tax force for kind inside, between that first tax force and the second tax force, we don't know what's in the between because it's always something hidden who not they know. You see, you go employ first tax force for can help, and then you know they can create another new tax force so they go able for deliver what efficient they're able for deliver. But looking at the cost, it could everything in can inside, and we don't know what thing will be the outcome of most of the things they will not spend and whose side think they can because ACC don't deal with them, but we don't know how effective and whose parts are now what they want for sure, what they try for control this power. But it's quite a lot. But the electricity for monitor them, it entail quite a lot. And then looking for monitor them now where you get the good equipment then because the good equipment they come for when I go able for sell them, when I say go they get money, they wanna put that lot there. But that one they all are part of the project. You see, they don't put the money, but if they can on a different thing, we don't know what's in the old system, what's at the end, what's in the value chain, what's in the left hand. But it all comes down to effectiveness and how development will be able to come. Now the country wouldn't use small money, they'll be able to see how they go. Thank you very much. Let's go try for help with nation for them money there where they come. Let them always the yield. Or if not something, then try for do. But that local content, they for try for the help for let them teach people learn because the one day way they know they show how for connect that in there, but then the EDSA the blame. They can't therefore bring the point on not being reached actually. So the point is that then when they get people that wouldn't the blame see and they come up from institutions that wouldn't they train now, then they train electrician then and then can go and do their work there. I wouldn't try for accuse that's not the EDSA man then. But well, this is all come down to the law, the trade laws and what they put in place. You know, then challenges there and then challenge them for try put the policy try come, but policy like how they see inconsistency of policy and inconsistency of managemental posts and office and arrangements of procurement of technology or whether they can't do this contract. Now in the toilet country, they will turn out already see something when they bring money, you go say, oh Lord, just can't continue no more than we go before. You see? So long hope accident will not happen again. Thank you very much. Let's go to the explanation. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Usfriend.
You're welcome, yes, sir.
Thanks to Usfriend for Ion submission. Welcome on board, Alpha. Get the platform, sir.
Yeah, Triple A, thanks for bringing me on board again. I want to say big thank you to Usfriend. They don't give your submission. Me on take first of all. I feel say the visibility la put on this way for others to understand well the visibility we EDSA they use for me. I know me want lay then like publicize them this way, like make them so big as if then they're able to achieve something behind them. The reason why I say so, if that's not that particular thing where they can't do not achieve the goal, then I don't feel say them for don't like waiting and reach the peak where we don't reach so then for them able for like do them quietly, they're able for catch people where they know say they see flight, they don't get substantial evidence, then you can like make them a big one like this. But again, everybody gets away where they look at project proposal them, and everybody gets away where they implement them, projects them. For me, what me always say, if we learn for politics and development, they would always succeed. You know, they don't give the press release, don't want it, they don't put press release for vandalizing the transformers and cable lengthing and with all the challenges when they get, they still say they give 24 hours uninterrupted lights. And number two thing I do want to wake up to my attention now that they say 80% not they pay. If they're not they pay 80% lights in Sierra Leone, if you say EDSA for don't lock. I know they say they're not the thief light to, I know they say lights not the waste to, but 80% people they not they pay. People they trust me EDSA for don't pack. As far as me concerned, I believe say yes, then the thief lights, I believe say other things then they happen, but not to 80%, no they pay. Let them check the system. Let them check the system them for how the money they go inside their account them. Companies then they, government institutions then they, I believe say today they not they pay light bill. Government institutions them. Yeah. So not only the populace no more then they able for like a open yapa, even the government institution them, if they're not gripping like let them cut them. Because all them one and themselves they use, in fact, some my office they let them turn light off now, but waiting and call. They said they waste light. So at the end of the day, the EDSA they complain, say people are not they pay. No, me I not say other one. No. The way people eager for light, yeah, people they pay. So they need to check their accounting system. They need for check, all them big company or offices, them how then they pay their light bill. Believe you me, they will able to forget some things then for source out inside and but for say 80%, oh my goodness. But I come to something very, very serious, people. Until I say I come to something very serious now that you see, if EDSA, me I don't say that thing, if EDSA can pull, would I say they put politics on top? Because everything at the minister, yeah. The fact remains, with the use politics for claim listing, and that make people in the thief light, you get other people away, can talk say, well, this now opposition party, now then they send people for go over and the lights, now then they go do this. Because we see politics inside this thing today. For me, there's one, and anybody who they catch, therefore handle them with, it's a state property. If somebody get the whole mind for go pull state property, like when the minister they say the laws then are carry clause them, let them review them, let them revisit them, let them make the fines or let them look the punishment they're more tough. So anybody when they catch you when they buy the cable, also they go keep them. All them people and then they need for all them because now all the connive for make them able for thief cable and property them. But like what the minister they say, now all laws them. Who I think say for make their laws then they now we parliamentarians them back. So for me, honestly speaking, people for let get sustainable light in Sierra Leone, it far force. The reason why I say it far force, you don't make a like this platform. We don't talk this, not one to don't bring EDSA and at least one pot show. I remember where I make reference with all the challenges where they talk old cable, transformer, them know what they call. In fact, I use this opportunity for talk to them. We are EDSA regents. Now we one part we communities there. They don't go take the transformer day, they say don't bug. One news when we get they say that January. So do with the big people don't instead of appeal for Watalubi said they appeal for regents with the big let them if not change it and change that transformer day because the community don't so big that the transformer small. Every month on waiting and call people they connect extend lights them. One green transformer and I cover that central region still go na the that Battles Road side. So me the call on EDSA. Do you with that they join the village head and the stakeholders in that community? Do you on a get the lights for meet up this holiday? Then they not to thief them thief about a puel. Let people like not say see what they talk, they talk nothing, they don't go thief them. But the two way they say they have to be serious, they have to all government, we are there for all government. Maybe let them revisit their laws then they so when possible, let them see for vandalize the government property. Let be I don't know, let be a serious crime. I don't know why we Sierra Leoneans anytime they say na government business property, we don't take as serious. Government boss, you see school picking share the seat with blade. When you want to talk, you say na world property, na government property. So we have to get sober punishment na the country for them people and they. So everybody will take responsibility, but when you go, you see the limitation they back. They John like they say now that they suffer now the one the way they pay genuine light now then they suffer the penalty. So EDSA, you guys have to step up again, check government institutions there. The one that want to pay, una cut them off. Una go like what people let me they say. Then transformer then they, if possible, una get security. OSD then they. Una talk to them. Una put them and then especially in notorious places, they wanna say quickly don't cut or do damage day. This thing is becoming too much in the country. It's too much. I think that I'm going to take triple. Let God continue for bless we all.
Thank you very much, Alpha. EDSA, what you see right now, some of we talking the fair to we, but we still there. Do ya? On a secure first and transformer them ba. Me a lekweti a yes. I'm sure I say a lekweti a and I not forget for secure the transformer them back. Welcome on board, Tony. You get the platform.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Abraham, and Kushem Cabo Fambo them. The one day we all they living at this side, happy Thanksgiving. Just what you end with, now myself, I say it's a get for do. We now for employee security them, now all the prone areas them. What I mean by that is we all they see how telecom, the mobile companies that they do, and even the one that they provide internet, ISP, internet service providers, the main areas them or absolutely most of them security post them or side away they get sites and BTS them get securities and where they just for protect them or for secure their equipment them. You understand? Because if you check the cost of the equipment and they're very expensive, just like with the cost of every transformer very expensive. I feel say the only way they can able for control some of them things, and even when you put CCTV, you get for use power, you get for use something for generator. They can thief then things then they as well. Just like how them they thief the solar panel them, and then street lights them. So you get for put security then the way you say yes. If then security there something happen, and the security the company way responsible for providing security, and they all liable because what you make they not go they somebody go thief. And just like way Alpha say, you get for set precedents. Me believe in one thing we say you care for kill dog before dog, so dog will no say die day. Then say how would they live? Then they kill dog before dog, so that dog die day. I mean, say die day. Waiting they do, they look at lost them. They drive you up your window, it's away dirty, it's away trash. You know the law, you know exactly what I mean. Come topic actually. EDSA get for review the pricing model. If the price very expensive for make people they afford the lights, they will thief the lights. So they get for look at all the measures they did. Me happen for do me thesis on MPA. By then it was MPA, the analysis and corporate financial strategic planning and control system of we public energy sector. We in MPA, and we doing MPA or that thing they introduce prepaid, because the essence why they bring prepaid was EDSA no me they make profits. Not to today EDSA no they make money. Not to today. For long EDSA no ever make profits. You understand? Then they introduce prepaid. Say okay, because now postpaid, people then go for the pay them bills at the end of the cycle, the billing cycle, and some man they pay, some man if he owe 1 million go pay 200 and still 800 go still depending. Then bring come, say make you bring come prepaid. Prepaid means you pay before you get the lights. But you get for look one thing. We will do accounting, they what we call deferred revenue and revenue. Deferred revenue now side way somebody don't pay for service and provide the service or the goods or services yet. So they count as revenue because when you talk about revenue recognition, they treat as revenue because EDSA not get the light it. Some areas that they wait so pop in at the meter, they don't get light. Just like way when we remember within this wedding world in a group, they say we go holiday call the place outside Ojuku, say they not get light. Let's take that Ojuku as a case study. People in they live in Ojuku, we don't top up the meter, money then at the meter. Or let's say Waterloo, for example, they give them light. They count as revenue because we make provide the services. That's not deferred revenue. You only count them as a revenue when you provide the service. So if EDSA want for really one for make sure say they actually get revenue, they get for provide the service for even areas, because I tell you something, not all sign the thief lights. Some areas they know the thief lights, but they don't get the lights. And money then they carry them, it then at the meter. So you get for look at all the areas then they get for even it would then get for even if it's possible, introduce and inform us a way wherein say people then go their way. If people they can give leakage, say hey, the thief lights now. You go for compensate some of them people in there. Because I tell you something, you get certain areas and certain clusters in Africa where you say that area they're prone for thief lights. Just like how anti-corruption they do. Then get people the way then when they go after them, education, sports, decide them where they sit exam and this and that, they're getting Scorpion Squad and everything. If possible, introduce that kind of thing, you get a remuneration. Or something where you would give people what they give. But again, just like Alpha mentioned something, you get the military barracks, you get police barracks, you get all the government big offices there. Then get big, when you go to the military barracks, and there big freezer there. Then get big equipment there. Even some of the ministerial quarters, the outside minister they did. Then get big equipment there. These places they know they pay light bill. Not to them they pay. The government and taxpayers' money they pay. How effective or how then institution here or Ministry of Finance, they pay their bills. Are they paying on time, or the burden just rests on the ordinary citizens? So we have to look at all the things here. Not to just say, 80% of people are not they pay. No. We have to look at institutions like the military barracks. You go there, you see the people there where they sell yogurts, where they sell this way not get lights na the house. They get freezer then where they keeping up some of their barracks there, where the big man the way they did it, they know. And they say this because when they work at you tell us fixed asset accountants. There was one time and they do site audits. Some of the sites you go surprise for no say then get big freezer then they. I think fact so who didn't get them freezer? When you open there, yogurt and then pack inside. So waiting the people then, especially area road and no people know you can. People then they can't pay the security they're waiting at their sites then they because they know 24-hour lights they put freezer there. Then they tie the yogurts and can put there. Then in the morning they can collect the yogurts and go sell. Because they don't get lights on the house. So now that kind of pattern they happen even after some of them barracks in there. People then they way they're not happy, but because of them say, hey, my brother or me wait people they want to forget money, then they bring big freezer there. Big thing them full up and pay. What are they pay those tax? That's not lost revenue, not liability. So if EDSA are really serious for fights for making them get revenue, they have to check all the things they put them in place. Make sure say some of the institutions here, their government parastatals and this and that, when not they pay lights, make them pay lights on time. Then get for put control mechanism. So when we talk about light, if we say the burden just rests on the ordinary people, the way actually genuinely they pay lights. Because we all they see, the light system as alone is not too effective, and then people they pay people they pay more money for it. So they have to look at all the things. They not put the bread. Say, we know they make money. Then you get institutions the way people then put big freezer there. You get ministerial quarters there where people then get big BTU there. So man get them 24 BTU, 2400 BTU AC, the big bits Nepal, and you got 24 light because at the end of the day, MPA will tell you, so EDSA will tell you, now essential areas then. They forget lights. Essential areas, they are not paying light bill. They rely on government for paying light bill. Then the people that we actually genuinely they pay now Watalo and Ojuku not get lights. And that's not the fact revenue. You don't charge them the meter, their money, they not provide the service. How do you calculate that revenue? How do you expect revenue when you not provide the service for all the areas? So they get for go back to the drawing board or put in a way they get for dot the I and cross the T for making them go begin realize revenue. Me writes me in thesis on MP on the revenue analysis and what's in a call. And so much pitfalls, you see, so many leakages, you see, so many things that they're not able to control them because we get a weak system. We get a very, EDSA for one, get a very, very weak system. You come test and technology, yes, it's good. But how effective, even if the technology, all the leakages then they happen, all the inside and the institution, they place them, they pay like bill. How effective even the technology with the kind institute? But it could be more money for go because this technology is not for free. At the end of the day, they have to pay for the service. Let them go do their assignments. And all the institutions there where they know say get freezer and people then get bean fair, we get big cooker them or stove or this or that, heavy appliance system. Then you control some of them usage and you go surprise when you say some of the power. This doing research. Some area then they 5 volts, the power where they generate. It go do for 1 more water low. Because what the people that live in our salon now just then light bulb, then TV, and small TV, and small freezer. Some of them also they where they up IMAX. The kind equipment where some of them get, them ministerial quarter then they get. You understand? The power where they take, where they no more they take. You understand? Listings, it go do for 1 or listings. So they have to go back and put proper system in place and do their homework very well, and then they will begin to realize revenue. That's not me, Bra.
Thank you very much, Tony.
You're welcome, always.
We know say whenever it come to power, we can always let Tony they come on board, because like I tell you, you hear what he's saying. EDSA. On a fait security. Eh? I don't know if you want to rob motor, if you think so, don't do well. Because some of you talking on the call. Yeah? I'd open the line quick one no more. But if you say you don't do well, in the next 3 minutes, then you 5 minutes, will they come out here? Eh? Will they talk about it? So look at his screen. And then announce number safe. Look at his screen. If you want to talk, you get the opportunity now. Or 3 minutes after now, I'll go there back tomorrow. But seriously though, you know, EDSA need for step up. Technology fine, but the areas them, the institution them, you building. EDSA not you call the name. The ministries the way they under. But we don't do program now, yeah. Wait, Alex, say government someone for paying safe. Eh? Welcome on board, sir. You get 3 minutes, sir.
Thank you very much. Greeting all and happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Yeah, and triple like what I say, a transformer they do a very simple job. The job of the transformer they do, it just they regulate the power coming to the consumer, or transformer now like where you just get a step down or something. And so for me, you able to check exactly the amount of how much people in the use only if you able to check the amperage, because the amperage na in the check na in the calculate na in the formula within the use for check the flow of current. So in this case, I not think say they get them right. The side way them for don't get them right in the beginning could have been the time when they get the electronic meter, then would be changed. Then for don't get the meter in card, for me they're able to assess how much person they born within a particular time in house. So if that amount they reduce, guess what they happened? You just begin to suspect the person. But the way they set the meter, the card way they do for the meter, you only keep able to pay, but they're not able to know how much you born. But you keep where the unit where you buy where it down, then it stop. Then country like for example inside New York, will be they get people and where they plant jamba now their houses them. The way them be they know say them jamba then they plant them, and then they check the amount of current within they use in a particular time, and then when they see say that amount they don't exceed, they become suspicious. If it happen 1 month, 2 months, the third month then they can control them immediately. But for the reason is because they get a meter within the check. Now, before the meters they may get, they'll not be able to check them because people will bypass them, which could have been the best idea, but they're not able to get them. And the only way I'll be talking about, I'll be write them down, see, the way they were able to get the amount of current with the flow within the area, past them put back, how they call it, a meter after the transformer. Transformer now thinks them, they use different transformer there for different purposes them. Like you get transformer inside as I'll be telling you again, you get a transformer inside a step down where it say they put the voltage from 220 to 110. You get a transformer they do from 110 to 24 volts. You get a transformer, you do to from 460 volts, you do back to 220 volts, and then you get a three-phase, single phase, or whatever. So if they say then they try to forget the technology, the only thing when they get for you again, only then they check how much current will flow within that area there. But they're not going able to check the amount of people and the amount which rules would they do. So there's another thing again. What thing for them do is for the meters, for the transformers New York again, they get a law. They pack your motor car, you put them on, you start and like where the place too cold, so people they put just pack the motor car and they start up, and then the motor car just they beat. Now a crime. And then what did they do for the fact that the police are not able to police that system there, then get private people and where EBC now civilians them, then they walk them around with cameras. What did they do? The way they meet you that the city you put your motor car on, then they video them for like 1 minute or 3 minutes. What did they do? Then they send, then they file a case against you. And that case where it go to the court, what did the courts they do? Immediately you pay like $450. I think about $100 for the person who do the recording. And then imagine you go around, they do the recording there, and people that places the way people enjoy the park motor car. If you have 5 motor car, they get about $500. Then they even now things that you must appear in a court. For me, then go for finding guilty. No excuse. Because the video there for proof to an effect. So the reason why I make this point is they need to get people in the community and give them say, if anybody catch anybody they can cut wire in this place or can damage a transformer, will they give 5 million euros? Which means then choose not forget security. But what then they get that 5 million euros, maybe they're not going to pay a security company for daily 24 hours. But the community now they then go able police the place. At the end of the day, if they see anybody, they catch that person they then go get $5 million, 5 million euros, sorry, or 50 million or whatever amount. At the end of the day, they go get the job done. It's a civil policing. You understand? And then it come back to the houses. People are not going to come begin to report people and say, "Oh, we did chief light." But the thing where they for do, they for revisit back is the electronic meters for me to know how much person they born within a place. Then at the time it go determine. Because they continue for born, especially at the big space there. If you the born, even the restaurants, then are the chief lights there. But what in restaurants and other business places there. But what then they do the Con Edison, they check exactly within the couple you get. If now 1,000 you do per month, if now 1,200, 1,200. If you see it reduced like to 800 or 500, then become suspicious. They say no something may happen. Then they go send for me and go control. But with the meters and they get na saloon, they cannot do it. Because they're only meant for you to go by the light and then you can slot them inside the meter, and that's about it. But they not get a procedure where they show exactly how much current you don't burn within that meter day. For me, it can be say, hey, me man yesterday we buy this amount, but today back you don't come by this amount here. Then go say, okay, we don't catch you. Because each and every host, you know how many bulbs like when you talk about, you get you security light. Yeah, that security light probably it could be like a 100 watts or 200 watts or whatever wattage. You understand? Because the wattage then determine how much current you burn. So within that amount, if you use an LED, it could be lesser. You understand? Because it burn less current. So they need for do something that which make Alpha just talk. The reason why then they talk openly now because they not get the solution. So the best thing that they do, then they try to scare people for tell you say, nah, this is what they can do. But believe you me, past you begin to go tax people, you go begin to check people houses them before you know exactly whether the thief light or whether not the thief light based on the connections and what they do. So now if you get any other question about electrical, feel free to ask me. But now my opinion now one day, rather than that, I don't think say a big fight for them. Then just they talk about the solutions. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Mohammed. Okay. We get one more person. Then we'll left here. So Mohammed in the inside the game in the analyze for we.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
You don't turn your off. Tell a area more.
I'm not turn off.
You get 3
I don't
minutes.
know.
Sir. Yes, sir, you get 3 minutes.
Yes, Trupoli, how are you? How you go? And happy Thanksgiving. And I
Thank
know
you, sir.
say you don't get to turkey there. I don't know whether if you still get to turkey there or you don't eat and so forth. Anyway, let's go on these topics here. These legacy people, Trupoli, they know that they lost the revenue. They didn't know that. Either they afraid for good day, or they connive with them on corruption. They are the key part of that. Because I don't say only thief like they don't know people are thief like too. But the main bulk is they lost the revenue. Now it's try for tell so the military barracks, the police barracks, the government offices, even the state house. Never pay bill. Just imagine. And a business have to run. So if only a president they not pay electricity, the other way for generate revenue. This is the problems. No, not nobody will tell them. You see, look what happened. Hello? Yeah, what happened? They said that they have themselves, they stop them, they have themselves, they stop them. They said they for corruption. They never corruption. No, they never tell me say something. They start with the corruption. The big top boss there, they know what will happen. So now they can't cry say they lost revenue and this that. No, only part in it. Only thing in it. Look how the first world they run the electricity. And they wonder well because they go on the drawing board, they know how for tackle people that with the thief light. I don't know if anything in there they happen. Although it could happen, but it's not too rampant. So they go back to the drawing board and see how they go for tackle that problem. Number one, let them able forget the revenue to all the places in the government offices them, including your building, state house, everything. If they not set precedent, you get for that business you don't run. So if all the president they not the pay electricity bills there, how you want to generate revenue? How you get revenue? You don't get revenue. Nothing nobody. So even if they say they hire security, all the upper president, it's the same thing that the security are not corruption people there. They're all corrupt. People they will bribe them, they'll get free light from them. So then they will produce. It's the only problem. Honesty not there. If honesty there, if they run business there, believe me, you know there's no problem. But when honesty not there, problem will still arise. You will get a lot of challenges them. They say, what should do till at home? Go to the men and try for CNN go for get revenue from their ministry them, their government ministry them, and the state house officer, believe me, they are going to state house now. They don't pay bill there. They say they go check the now they don't pay bill. That I'm sure. I was working at state house. I worked at state house a long years ago. I don't see the state house when they pay bills. They don't pay no bills, no electric bills. I work there. So when they cry about revenue, they lost revenue, now only part of the only they lost the revenue. Strike first the Guma Valley Sewi. The same problem Guma Valley still get. The same problem. Bills are not paid. Top people that will get sources and will get water supply. They don't pay bills. They don't pay bills to account of corruption. The value is very, very stuff them. And they go do all the connive for do the corruption. So this is the problems. These are the problems. Wait for one business and he had for Lego, you go see what you run. Because it's so rampant, the corruption, so rampant. So when they crash with the lost revenue and the thief, well, not only the ordinary people are the thief like, but there's a way you could track them. The other one, the way they house the way the thief like, where they could track them up. But the main side, the main core, are the ministry get all the pay bills. So then they try. Then they see how they go for talk to them, or for see how they go for pay them bills. Then they go see. But be that they don't get collection. If they don't get any revenue from them, ministry, then they not for nothing. So my contribution on that. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night. Have a good night.
You too, sir.
Yeah.
Phone line don't close. Please not call. Chef Alefia. Get one more person for ad. I'll call you. Phone line don't close. It's Thanksgiving. We can't do a sharp, but this sharp, yeah, it don't dull small. Welcome on board. Who that will talk to, please?
Triple A, this is not Victor Duati from Maryland. Happy
Yes,
Thanksgiving, everybody.
Same to you, boss.
Per electricity, the thing we ordinary people they need to mess around with because you know the consequence, you know what thing there for happen. And the voltage where they run through them power station and then transformer, then they is very high. So for people then for vandalize transformer or thief transformer, it get for be an electrician. It get for be an electrician. Even the people that really do the connection to their house there with the thief electrician again. You pay them under the table, then go do what you want them for do for you. For this transformer thief, that is an easy solution. A whole country able for secure in transformer grid. It's pathetic. You can get a CCTV camera where they use solar. Saloon gets sunlight is the best I've seen. You get CCTV camera them, now the station them, with a solar panels and they use, so you don't get to rely on your own current. All them cameras and they carry it up. We they download it like either your TV, you TV, smart TV, laptop or telephone. You monitor them through the app. You don't need to get a person from man the station with the monitor. Anything that comes close, we're not supposed to be there. It go like I will call them some kind of a monitor. I forget it just escaped me because I talk right now. When something pass, it vibrates or it alarm.
Motion sensor.
Motion sensor, yes, bro. Motion sensor. Then you go pull them up and look for see waiting and outside the alarm detect the motion. For the one that we need to pay electricity bill, we na get connection or whatever they get. That is easy for raise awareness. Just offer anybody we give we call and complain. You take the positive information, then go be anonymous to end to the outside, but you know. Then when you check it out, when you go check the complaint where they make, and you find out saying that true, then the person and get 1 week electricity free, or you give them some kind of a credit na the young card, we then go use for 2 or 3 days they not go pay electricity bill for. Saloma will like free stuff. You go see how many people and then go begin complain, but not all will be true. Some man have mere suspicion, but a warrant for go and check and see if this complaint with this person make valid. And if the complaint valid, that person there, you prosecute them. How long you don't get the connection, or I get a standard? Say, okay, anybody who catch, I go pay 1 year electricity bill. We go calculate them. Even if that one day you pay them before we catch you, we go calculate them and 1 year bill that you go pay. But that 1 year bill that person they go pay, the person will complain, will report, will make the report, get 1 week free. That's the solution. The problem is with people in our country, they're not able to come up with solutions to many problems. I don't know if they think they're able to think outside the box, or they just look, say, but not to be business, or then they pay the money, then they pay me too small for like can book me. But because of them problem, they also require just a small tweaker to the system for get and correct for one. Most of the ministries, like how the other caller then say, government ministries, they need to pay electricity and water bill. Most of the government ministries there. So if them privatize the electricity and the water company, Kuma and EDSA, the private company then get more authority and power for shut off people there when they pay for shut off them connection. So that's the way you be able to handle this problem here. Privatize the company then. If State House not pay, then cut them off. The next day, they will go pay and settle. Police headquarters not pay, shut them off. Military bikes not pay, you shut them off. Regardless, you not pay. You're not supposed to get service. Now that they go make them able to raise enough revenue, because if you don't raise enough revenue, you don't able to maintain the upkeep of the equipment them. You don't able to pay your workers them, except you go for the raise the price. And when you continue to raise the price, the ordinary man not go able to pay. Then they will begin for still they will go back to resort to still in the current. So my brother, I mean, take that. It's not difficult for do things that salon. Now the willingness for do them, that is the problem there. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Victor. We don't hear so many solutions then EDSA. I left on now for decide which one I want. So many solutions then don't come up today. So many. Which one I want? The ball in on a court. And not tell we say, left there, not to the hospital, and then they get work good talk. All 10 they make like accidents, Sabi. Who now they make like so, Sabi? Hey, I laugh. I mean, neighbor Joe. He left owner. Yeah? We don't say what we go for say today. Solutions then at the table. Whichever one. Who now want for take fine. But we don't give a free solution. Just the car be the suggestion. Yeah? Who now don't take them well. We there for owner. We go meet again tomorrow. A man they chase after the talk, yeah? Till we meet again, Triple say, tata.